Thank you guys for tuning in today. We're going to be doing an Afro taper. If you're new to this channel, I ask that you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and hopefully you get something valuable out of this video. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at the Barber Style Directory. That's at Barber Style Directory. And if you want to see more of my personal haircuts, you can follow me on Instagram at Thomas Cuttit. That's ThomasCuttit. But let's get into the video. So we're starting out with the lever fully open on the clipper. And then now you're going to see me fully close the lever, and then we're going to gradually open it up to that next guideline. And when you're doing tapers, you're going to use the corner of the blade. Since you're blending in such a small space, there's really no need to use the entire blade. And you see me just gradually opening the lever until I get to that next guideline. And the reason I have my finger on his ear, I'm pulling it out of the way because you don't want to cut that area. If you accidentally nick that area of the ear, it will bleed for a long time. So next we have on the number 1 guard. And by the way, every guard that I use, it will be up in the upper left-hand corner. So if you get confused about what guard I'm using, just look in the upper left-hand corner. And now I go up under that 1 guard with the half guard, and it's halfway open. And then we're going to close it right here. And here I just took the 1.5 guard. I saw just a little bit of weight, and I just wanted to get that out of the way with the 1.5 guard. So I'm not really blending with it. I'm really just kind of flicking out just to get rid of certain weight and dark spots. And then here I'm just going back doing touch-up work with the 1 guard. That's the thing about tapers. You're blending in such a small space that you may have to go back and do just a little touch-up work. And as you can see, he has very coarse hair. So the reason that you see a lot of coarse hair on this channel, it really depends on the region that you're in. So I'm in the South. So most people in the South have really coarse hair. The thing about cutting hair, no matter the hair type, you still follow the same steps. So even though I'm fading a lot of hair, even though I fade a lot of coarse hair in my videos, that still shouldn't intimidate you when it comes to cutting other types of hair. And the reason I didn't bald him out in the back, I used the clipper, because as you can see, he has a few bumps on the back of his neck, and I didn't want to risk opening up one of those bumps. So that's why I did clipper bald instead of with the trimmer. So here we have the 1 guard with the lever fully open. And we're following the same steps that we did on the right side. So with the 1 guard, we're going to go open. Then now the lever is closed, and then I'm going to open it up halfway. So open to create the guideline, close to blend the bottom of the guideline, and then in the middle to get that in-between weight out of the way. And then now I'm coming back with the half guard to blend out that bottom guideline of the 1. So all fading is, you just making a guideline and then blending it out. That's all you're doing. And I don't want to go too high with this taper. And once again, I'm just using the 1.5 just to get rid of some of that weight. Notice how I'm just flicking because I don't want to raise a guideline or create a new guideline. And then here I just went back with the 1 guard just to get rid of some dark spots. And then you guessed it, we're going to repeat the exact same steps on this side. So I'm just going to sit back and let you guys watch, and I'll chime in if I need to add anything. So another note, usually one side of the head will fade better than the other. So in this case, this is the more coarse side of his head. The other side blended just a little bit more smoothly, but this one is just, the hair is just a little bit more resistant on this side. So usually that will be the case, but nevertheless, you just follow the same system. You just may have to go back a couple of more times over certain spots. So here, I'm not really taking a lot off. I just wanted to shape it up. Even though he curls it up, I just wanted to give it a nice even shape. Because the more you let your hair grow out, the more uneven it will grow. Usually the hair grows faster in the front and a little slower in the back. So I just wanted to make sure everything was even. Now I'm about to attempt to curl his hair. As you guys can see, even with me running my fingers through his head, you can see how coarse the hair is. It doesn't even want to move. So I just applied some foaming mousse just to try to make it more manageable. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with this hair type. It's just, you'll have hair types that are more resistant than others, and you just have to learn how to deal with it. So that's not a bad thing at all. The more hair types you know how to cut, the more versatile you will be. And then now we're proceeding on with the lineup. As you can see, I'm not going to exaggerate anything too much. I'm just going to try to get it sharp and natural. And using the corner of the edger whenever you're lining someone up, it really helps. Especially when doing the arch or C-cup, whatever you want to call it. And then also, I see a lot of times people asking, how do you get really crisp lineups? One major key to a clean lineup, a crisp lineup, is freshly washed hair. If you have oil or any type of residue in your hair, it makes the trimmers work much harder. And then the hair is oily, so it's not going to give that, it won't have that crisp ash line, if that makes sense. So you really need to have freshly washed hair before you get a haircut. As you can see, we're not pushing anything back. We're just lining up what's in front of us. When you're using a razor, you always want to stretch the skin in the opposite direction that you're cutting. You want to create tension on the skin. Now right here, this step was totally unnecessary, but I just wanted to give his hair just a little bit more pop. And when I use it, you will hardly be able to tell that I even used it, because I'm not trying to make his haircut look fake. I just want to add in some filler. So as you can see, I'm barely even tapping down on the gun, on the nozzle. I'm literally just picking and choosing where I want the spray to go. So you can see a light mist. I'm not trying to paint his head, if that makes sense. A lot of times I see people overuse enhancements, but you still want it to look natural at the end of the day. And then here to lock the color in, I use the blow dryer just to make everything set. So it's subtle, but you can tell it added just a small difference to his haircut. If you got something valuable out of this video, I ask that you subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to let you all check out the cut. Thanks for watching. Comment other video suggestions below, and I will see you all on the next video.